It was a romance that spanned nearly a century. But how did the late Queen Elizabeth change after the death of Prince Philip? Watch now to find out. When you know, you know. And for Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, that phrase could not have been more true. The two who married in 1947 appeared to have stuck to their vows for better or for worse, remaining each other's one true love throughout their 7-decade marriage. Back in 1934, Philip and Elizabeth briefly met at a wedding for fellow royals. 5 years later, they caught each other's eye when Elizabeth was touring the Naval College at which Philip was studying. From there, the couple stayed in touch over the years by writing each other letters. Then, in 1946, Prince Philip finally asked King George VI for Princess Elizabeth's hand in marriage. And despite the reluctance of a few members of the royal family, the two were married a year later. From there, Philip and Elizabeth enjoyed a fruitful relationship, welcoming 4 children and multiple grandchildren and great-grandchildren into the world. And while they remained stoic in their duties in the public eye, Queen Elizabeth never failed to mention that it was her husband who got her through each and every day.
He is someone who doesn't take easily to compliments, but he has quite simply been my strength and stay all these years.
This is why, following Prince Philip's death in 2021, the Queen admitted she never felt quite the same. Prince Philip died in 2021 at the age of 99. Despite the ongoing COVID-19 precautions necessary at the time of his death, the prince was honored with various memorials that kept health and safety at the forefront. On April 17th, the prince was formally laid to rest at St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle. While much of the country mourned the loss of the prince, there was no doubt the Queen grieved the hardest. One of the most poignant photos from the funeral featured a solemn Queen Elizabeth sitting alone as her husband was buried. Following the funeral service, Angela Kelly, the Queen's former stylist, revealed that all Queen Elizabeth wanted was to be by herself. Per Hello magazine, Kelly said, "I helped her off with her coat and hat, and no words were spoken." The Queen then walked to her sitting room, closed the door behind her, and she was alone with her thoughts. Shortly after Philip's death, the disgraced Prince Andrew emerged to offer his own viewpoint on the Queen's grief.
She described it as having left a huge void in her life.
The void the Queen felt without her husband clearly took a toll on her, forcing her to find new sources of strength. During the months following the funeral, the Queen mourned privately and reportedly leaned on both her family and her religious beliefs. But despite her private suffering, some maintained that the Queen never strayed from public duties. At the time, a royal insider told People magazine, "I always felt that she was never knocked off course. It's her way to remain as steady as possible." While the Queen sought strength from new areas of her life, she never forgot to honor the one who had been her first source of strength. Indeed, Queen Elizabeth doubled down on her work as monarch in honor of her late husband. Despite her grief, the Queen continued that work, apparently because that's precisely what Prince Philip would have wanted her to do. A royal insider told People, "Her family will step up and be by her side, but she will carry on. She understands that she has a job to do." Tackling the controversial topic of abdication, another insider added, "She will never abdicate because of duty and honor, and public service is so deep in her, as it was for him." And now the world grieves the loss of the Queen herself. Perhaps she put it best in her 2021 Christmas speech, the first and only one she made after Philip's death.
But life, of course, consists of final partings as well as first meetings.